What do we got? Why is there a mower sitting here? I'm supposed to be working on that thing. What is this thing? I see it has a vtwin, a turbo, and a... What in the world? Looks like someone dropped this thing because it's lowered. I mean, like, supposed to be working on this little pocket bike, but looks like someone, instead of robbing me, they gave me something. It's a manual in the middle. Man, I only like it down there. It has a foot throttle, bro. Who would possibly leave this in my garage? It's a turd. I mean, they used a vacuum hose, like, for what? To hook up to the carburetor? That electrical tape on this thing? Yo, someone really, like, messed up everything. Like, what? I mean, like, this turbo still spins. Not bad. I mean, look like they looked at they did the oil feed. I mean, where's this exhaust going to? There's a muffler right here. Oh man. Looks like there's an oil drain. Man, what in house? Man, sucker just pops right out. One house. What is? I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? I bet this thing doesn't even run. What is... Not the... How did the wheel even clear that? Oh, this thing lifts up, I guess. Where's the battery? Oh my... This thing see if it starts. Is the battery under here? Oh, this thing's loose. Battery is under there. Oh, the plus is just unscrewed. The positive. See if it cranks. No crankage. But why would I want this? Who would do this? Like, they gave it to me so I finish it up? Like, come on. What in the world is going on here? Alright. I guess we gotta work on this thing today. While it's raining outside. It's been sitting in the back down there. Might as well... I mean, there's nothing else in the garage. Might as well try to finish up this thing. Besides that, we got this little pocket bike over here. It goes about 25 miles an hour. See if it'll fire up. Ugh. A little gas in it. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, we'll mess with some other time. Whoa. Back where we were. Guess gotta work on this hunk of junk. We started it a while ago and never really finished it. Wow, this steering is really a death trap. Okay. Great seat, no cushion. Gotta slide this back over there to give that wheel clearance. And then it'll fire up. No, it wouldn't. But besides that, we gotta work on some stuff. So we're not gonna work on anything about the turbo, because waiting for that 90 elbow and the 90 elbow through here so we can hook up to the motor intake and have this carburetor sitting right about here if possible, because that's how it works supposedly. This is a Subaru turbo, brand new I got. This sucker's fresh. Only ran a few times. Oil feed I got to redo. No, oil drain. Oil feed is fine, just leaks from here. Gotta fix that. But yeah, the exhaust I gotta get. I ordered that boots already. I ordered the new flange because this one's too thin, and you can pretty see it. It's leaks right here. Ordered the new flange, and yeah. But today, I think I'm gonna work on the drivetrain part, because this thing, here, let me first get this thing on the stand. Alright, so we got it under the stand, and I'll just show you. Pulley is all the way up there, and the motor pulley is all the way right here. So there's just same motor pulley right there, and the shaft is up there. So you have a big incline that is. I keep shorting the belt because of it. I had to put one pulley right here, one pulley up there. That still didn't work, but I'm trying to make it conversion so that I can. I'm gonna probably delete. No, I can't delete this pulley. Ooh, I have a mower deck that has these pulleys. Perfect. But I'm gonna throw one single belt across right here. There's gonna be a jack shaft that's gonna go up, connect another belt right to that pulley on the trans, and the trans is already welded, so you know. So me one pulley up there, one pulley up there, so belt's gonna come through here, jack shaft right through there. Yeah, that should work. It should be a shaft, go up, pulley on the bottom, pulley on the top, spin this thing, spin that thing. The pulley's not gonna be hard to make, is me the will it work kind of a thing. Well, I gotta do support from here to there to hold the shaft so it doesn't kink a break and boom, I'm pushing this thing back home. Yep. But yeah, let's try to get started on it. I'm not sure. Turbo does look pretty good with it. I will show you more about the turbo setup if you want me to show you. Just comment down below and if you're wondering how I did the turbo setup, and I will tell you or show you. But it's not the prettiest. Not gonna be. It's a 25 horsepower Kohler engine. Maybe with the turbo makes about 5 pounds. Should be making like 30 horsepower, if not more, and I'm not planning to do that much. But yeah, let's get started on the shaft to make this thing drive again. Alrighty, here's the deck. We need these two. Oh, it's raining. It looks like a 14 or 15. Oh, it's raining. Alright, here's one of them. It's pouring outside, so I gotta go get the other one, but let's see how this fits. I gotta boil these suckers right to the thing so that it doesn't spin the bearings. Because if it spins the bearings, it's still not gonna go nowhere. Gotta clean that up around there. Boil the fully to that sucker. And then throw one bearing sets right here. I want room so that I can, if the belt falls off, I'm thinking outside of the box so that if the belt falls off, it's under so I can put the belt back on. Because if I put the belt on through this pipe, there's no way for me to get it off unless I'm screwing everything. If you know what I'm saying. So, same with the top. So there's going to be one bearing on top and bottom. One on the bottom, one on top. So, belt falls off, I literally just slide it back on top, same with the bottom. Because you don't want them in the middle, or else you're kind of be like unscrewing everything always. But yeah, I'm going to go get the other one while it's raining outside. But yeah, should work pretty good, I think. I'm not sure. Alright, so finally got the other one off. Apparently had a back bolt instead of the other one had just like it was already riveted in. Well, two of these, this is what you need at least, I think. You can either use the full, legitly, like completely full metal that has no hollow through it. And like I think I have a piece somewhere sitting on there. Don't mind my metal pile, but yeah, somewhere sitting on there. It's like not hollowed out, it's literally full shaft. but I don't really care for that right now, because you want something to fit through these. And yeah, I might have space, but I'm gonna literally weld it up. And if you're gonna think, you know, oh, what if it's crooked? Well, these actually can move sideways. Not a lot, but they can move a lot sideways. If that made any sense. It can't move like completely upside down. Well, you can like completely do a 360 with these, but it's not good for it. But if to move just a little bit sideways, it's completely fine. So it'll straighten itself out. But like I said, one right here. Take this sucker. One right there. Take this bad boy. One right there. So it will be like this. Let me just measure it up. It will be like that, a lot shorter, because I don't scrape the ground. But, you know, it's going to look somewhat like this. After I measure it out, cut them up. If I weld these by accident with these and not have these in here, I got to cut them back out. So that's why it's kind of like a one-time deal. One-time deal. Because if you screw it up, you can definitely mostly, like, you know, cut it off. But this is what I was talking about. See how it's slightly bent? They can move a little bit more than that. So yeah, but if you guys are thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna fail again on this thing, just like I did the other one, the opposed twin. But the other one, I really just the turbo is literally blown on that one because Amazon. This one's also Amazon, but it's Subaru style, so they're fine. And plus, the other one, I didn't really have a oil system, so that's why it probably blew up. Otherwise, this one's going fine. I already tested it. It just I have to get not a vacuum hose like my other ones. So it should be just fine. If we do this shaft system and it works beautifully, this sucker can make boost once it's done. Yeah, pretty much. Wow, wow. You know how it is. The turbo does spool, okay? So if you think about it, and you're thinking if it doesn't spool, it does spool on the sucker. There's so many exhaust leaks on it. Takes time. But I never really rode with the turbo yet because of... This is where it's sitting. That's where the motor sits. You see the difference? See the difference? Yeah, that pulley is crooked. So you know though. I put it like that. I gotta break those off. But yeah, you don't have brakes in this thing. I literally... So if you're wondering about this axle shaft, I'm not sure if you care about it. If you don't, you could skip the video to where engines part. But this thing sat... You can see where it sat originally. Low here. Like very low. Or very high. Or whatever you want to call it. And I cut them. I used the old mounts. Rewelded it all up. As you can see. And raised it up. And I literally flipped the brake thing. I think I flipped it. Or just... no, I didn't flip it, I think. No, I didn't. I literally just cut a little piece out. So it can go in. And the brakes work literally just fine. I already did donuts in this thing with the setup, with no turbo though. And it was N8. I'll probably put the video in if I can. And to show you, I almost flipped the sucker. And for the front end, how I did it, I cut those suckers flush. Because I did not want to be doing none of the whatever stuff. And I welded a plate here, screwed it in, and welded it all the way through. And then I also put a piece of bar through it. Welded to the same exact to the side, to the other side, so it doesn't the wheels don't camber and bend in because so much weight. And as you can see, before I did that, you can see this frame is already bent. The nose is bent. But after I did the support, I also put a support right here, that square tubing, so it doesn't bend and it doesn't fold the wheels. So that's why my wheels. Let me turn the steering. My steering, or my wheels are pretty much almost straight. That side is straight. This side's off. I don't know. It's always like that. But let's get started on this shaft, boys. Alright, so here's the thing. We grinded this down. We cut this thing. It's gonna have to get a lot shorter than this, but I'm just welding this one on so I can measure the belt through here to here, so I can sit wherever it needs to sit. So it's, you know, one thing done. Obviously, it's a big gap. The welds will hold. I probably could throw a bolt in here and literally just shove a bolt in and it'll hold it in the place. But I mean, I should do that, shouldn't I? Let me see. This one will work. We'll shove it in, weld it up, just so that this can sit and it's extra stronger. Let's do that real quick. Alright, I couldn't really weld this thing full because there's a storm right now, thunder and lightning. And you don't want to weld when you're thundering and lightning, or when it's thunder and lightning, because the risk of you getting zapped are very high. But I threw a bolt in here. It will be fine. I just tacked it in place. Could throw another tack right there for now, but ain't risking that. I mean, I could. Just don't want to. But see how it was a bit crooked? We got my belt sander. I'm gonna throw the other welds on it. And sand it down to where it's alright. And yeah. But I mean, I don't really know if I need a bolt. Do I? No, not really. I mean, it's better to have one. I don't really care for it. I mean, if I'm welding these suckers, it's gonna be welded. If I throw a bolt in it, it'll hold it stronger. I mean, I guess. Alright, so we got one. The bolt is inside there, and surprisingly, I didn't even try to make it straight or something. I mean, like, it looks like one side's a little bit off, but at the same time, like, because I can spin this thing, and it seems, yeah, never mind, it is pretty off. But, yeah, we're just going to spin it where it's almost even, like, about here-ish, and there's not really a place to be even right there. But, yeah, you understand the point, and then weld it up. Alrighty, I just tacked it in, just a tack on both sides, so you can see how it works. Perfect. That's perfect. I mean, I don't think it's off. Just gonna have to check it out. I mean, it has a lot of space for the belt to move around here, so it'll be just fine. That sucker will move around, and that sucker will be the bottom part. Because the top part, I'm still considering if I do sprocket this or do I do belt. I would love to do chained, which is sprocket, so that it would never slip. But at the same time, it would probably be noisy. But I am not sure. One way to find out, you know, right? Alrighty, we welded it up fully. Not my pretty weld. It's not the best. I mean, it's on and off with it, but it should hold just fine. But yeah, that sucker welded. Ain't gonna come off no more. It's a nice shaft thing for there. That's gonna be the bottom, and then after I see where it's all set and how the length is gonna be, I'm gonna see where this one's gonna sit. I'm not gonna really cut the shaft size just yet, well, unless I have to, but this one's gonna sit on here. I'm gonna see where I can mount this stuff, and then I'll weld it up onto this thing. But let me just cool this thing down so I can touch it. Alrighty, new plan. Not new plan, but just somewhat new plan. So this is how much I had to cut it very shorter. You know, the rod was like this long, now it's this long. And we cannot use two. Obviously, if you see like, oh, there's enough space, just fine, right? Yes, but I gotta still cut it about right here. I gotta still shove this one last pulley on it, which will sit right here. where am I going to get the room for 2 of these? So, my plan was to do, one was going to connect on this side, one's going to connect on that side, so it doesn't really have much movement. But if I just put one on it for now, or one on it, and still get some, so here, this is my plan is. One's just gonna be one of these pillow block bearings, I call them. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I think that's what they're called. One right here, and only one of those. This is gonna be my spare, and it's gonna sit like this. It's gonna get supported by one side here, one side here. So one of the metals gonna go, one metal is gonna connect this side, others connect this side, so it doesn't twist. Cause sure, I can mount it right up here and make brackets from that metal, but then I'm risking of the belts pulling them, and it's gonna bend the metal. But if I go from this side and that side support, it's not gonna twist it, and it'll be just fine. And as I was saying, that these like can move, and I know they're gonna move. So probably the best thing I could do, make sure it's straight. And since this is metal, I'm gonna weld, just tack this side in, so that it can still spin. Cause that metal doesn't spin, just this spins because it's a bearing. So it'll be just fine. But yeah, that's how I think it's gonna happen. Because this sucker's got a support there. It's gonna be a short shaft. Because the pillar's up here, and it just literally drops down a little bit there. I ran the belt, one full belt, as you can see. It shredded it. So, not too long. So if I do this way, and I already have, looks like I have the right size belt for the back. Again, I don't know if I'm even gonna send it with the belt yet. So, because with a chain, I don't really need to get a right size belt. Just throw a chain on it, boom, done. But again, I am not sure what to do. Gotta see if it'll clear it. But yeah. Alrighty, so we welded it to it. You know, it's all good right now. One side it's just welded. It shouldn't be going nowhere. We did one mistake though, because since I just plopped this thing on and eyed it as leveled out, you can notice how bad this thing has an up play, which is not good. Which is not good at all. Am I gonna redo it? No, I am not gonna redo that. Would it be a better idea to redo it? Absolutely. Do I care? No. Will it probably vibrate this thing to death and unscrew every bolt? There's only one way to find out. I figured out I'm gonna just do 2 belts, because the belt lets you hit the shifter, so whatever. Yeah. Besides that, now that just one of these are done. This is the top pulley, so it can go to the trans. And yeah, and then we're gonna switch it up. And hold on, I'm just thinking, what if I throw this on? Could I? Yeah, I could, but I don't want to. There's another one on there, but I'm just gonna send it with the 2 bigger ones. I mean, I have to think about it, because if I throw this tiny belt on it, it fits into this pulley, and that's what makes it grab grip. If I go with this fat, thick one, it will also clear just fine, and it won't rip that much. it will actually stay heavy duty. This is an expensive belt, and it will fit around this pulley just fine. We're gonna have to be tight with it, or I use this pulley since it's really the same width of everything, and let me make sure it's magnetic. Yeah, it's fine. We can use this one so we can run the smaller belt and not really risk of it shredding the belt. But if anything, and if it tries to, this thing can open up wider, as you see on screws, and we can fit the fat belt on it. But I just don't know if I go with this pulley so that it can match through here, because this is supposed to grab this belt, and you see, it's supposed to just grab grip, because I already tried those big pulleys before on my other racing tractor, and it slipped with them. So that's what I'm thinking. I go with this sucker, and yeah. Well, the diff, you know what it is. But I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Yeah. Bounce is so bad off on this thing. It's not funny. Alrighty. Whoa. After all of the work, I got a put tension right here, but that setup is finally in. I decided to go with that pulley just so that I don't, mess it up and have to redo it all again. And I just tacked those in there for now. The top pulley it's not screwed on that side. Yeah, so it's a bit crooked, but it seems to be all right. And this bottom pulley seems to be good with those pulleys. And yeah, we're gonna weld the mounts completely all in. All of them. Bing, cha-lang. Take this mount, break it off, pop it on here super tight, and then we'll be all set with that. Yeah, then after that we don't have to mess with that drivetrain. Just have to get a belt for the first thingamabobber, and then the secondary, But yeah, besides that, it's all right for now. Alrighty, we did that pulley, welded it all up both sides, and I even did the tensioner just because I wanted to finish it up. It rolls smoothly, and I put it in gear. It rolls smoothly with that too. Now we're just waiting for I gotta get the main leather belt, waiting for the boost tubes, and should be able to make boost in this thing soon. But yeah, that's about it for today's video.